Good afternoon. Welcome to Trinity Church. I'm Gary Manning. I'm the pastor here. On behalf of our vestry and wardens, we are delighted to have you in this space. Thank you for being here. Dr. Curt Sather has been our director of music and organist here since October the 1st of last year. And as I was sitting and thinking about all that has transpired since his arrival, the one thing that I can say is that I've heard that organ more in the last 4.5 months than in the previous 19 years of my tenure here. There's hardly a day goes by that this place isn't filled with music. And Curt's brought a passion to the fine arts along with him, and your presence here shows that. And so we are delighted to have you in this space. He will say more about the program and what you're going to be treated to. I just wanted to do a couple of logistics. One is, if you need to use the restroom, you can go through any of the doors at the rear of this space, take a left, go past the library, and take another left, and the restrooms are here on the ground floor. The second thing is, I think Curt is counting on some of you to stay around and eat cake after this is over, so please do not leave without a nibble of the Bach birthday cake. And then the third thing is that this is a free concert, no charge, but any contributions that you all choose to leave in the basket at the rear of this space will go toward our music ministry and to defray a little of the cost relative to the screen that you see. One of the things that was so exciting about the last performance was to actually be able to see that when the organist is playing, it is a full body workout on the part of the organist, and you'll get to see that. And I'd like to express my thanks to Mr. John Washbush, Trinity's audio-visual guru, for making this happen. And also welcome to all of you who are watching the live stream via YouTube. So we're delighted to have all of you here. That's almost a sermon length. It's time to sit down, enjoy the music.
thank you all for being here today to help celebrate Bach's birthday. This man, Bach and his music, I have had a love affair with him and this music ever since I was a kid. Being a Polish kid, from Milwaukee, my grandfather decided when I was about 7 years old that I should learn how to play the accordion. So I was taking lessons, and about a couple years into those lessons, I played a transcription of Bach's famous Toccata and Fugue in D minor, originally for the organ, arranged for the accordion. And I decided, I'm done with the accordion, so I started taking organ lessons, and the accordion went under the bed. And I have spent my whole life playing the organ, playing the music of Bach. And I just continue to study and practice and perform and read about this man, to research in his life and his music, and it has just fed me for my whole life. So I am always happy to share music of Bach. So these next pieces are all pieces of rejoicing, so please enjoy as we continue this celebration. So when I started learning the pieces of Bach when I was very young, I went to Walker Music over at 124th Street in North and started buying the volumes of the complete organ works of Bach. And over a number of years, I systematically learned all of them and continue to play all of them. And I was at a church job in Arizona for a long time. And one year I decided that I was going to play all the works of Bach over a 14-week series of recitals every Friday night. 14 is a special number for Bach because if you take the alphabet, A, B, C, etc., and assign the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and add up B, A, C, H, it adds up to 14. And Bach knew this. In fact, you'll discover in his music there are 14 notes in a series, 14 measures, whatever. He knew this. Now, if you take his initials, JS, BACH, that adds up to 41, which is obviously the inverse of 14. So how magical is that? So also in Bach's music, if you take the time to count things, you can find lots of examples of the number 41. If you take his full name, Johann Sebastian Bach, and assign all those numbers, it adds up to 158. If you take 1 plus 5 plus 8, what do you get? 14. He just has the most magical numerical name, which is just fascinating. So anyway, I did this series of the complete works of Bach over 14 Friday nights. And that was exciting for me just to play all of that stuff at once. And then a number of years later, I decided I was going to do that series again, which was another amazing experience. And then I heard reports that historically, some people have done the whole thing over 24 hours. And again, magically, all of the music fits in 24 hours. So I thought, well, why not? So for many years, I have been playing these Bach birthday recitals. So I believe, what year was that? 2006, I think. I decided on Bach's birthday I was going to play all of his music. So I started at midnight and finished at midnight. I took breaks every 2 or 3 hours just to take a break. But it was just amazing to have that room just filled with all that music, all that sound waves of all this magnificent music for 24 hours. And lots and lots of people came. Some people came for a little while, some people stayed for many, many hours, and it was just a great experience. And then 2017, I repeated that 24-hour marathon again. Don't know if I'll ever do that at this age, but we'll see. Anyway, this music has just been, again, part of my life ever since I was a kid, and I continue to study and practice and perform, and just so glad to be sharing it with you. This concerto that you'll hear next is actually a transcription by Bach of a concerto for 2 violins and orchestra by Vivaldi. We know that Bach loved to study other composers' music, and he was working in Weimar, and the prince there bought all of the prints of Vivaldi's concertos and enjoyed those. So Bach decided he was going to transcribe these. He did a number for harpsichord and then a few for organ. And Bach changed things too, because he knew that he needed to make it sound right on the organ. Just doing an exact transcription of what the violins were playing wouldn't actually work. So please enjoy next Vivaldi's concerto arranged by Bach. Thank you. I was so happy when I saw that the Milwaukee Symphony was going to spend this entire week doing a citywide Bach Festival, and was certainly honored when they asked me to be included on the program list. So there will be representatives of the symphony downstairs afterwards. You can talk to them about other things going on this week, including some pretty wonderful concerts that the symphony itself is playing next weekend. So please take advantage of this wonderful Bach week. His birthday is on the 21st, which is Thursday, but I thought Sunday's probably a better time to do this recital because I have choir practice on Thursday night. So anyway, here we are. And also Wednesday at noon, please go kitty corner from here over to St. Matthew's Lutheran Church, and I will be participating in a concert over there also. So please join us Wednesday at noon across the street. Now it's your turn. So if you take the blue hymnal in front of you, blue hymnal, and number 168, O Sacred Head. This is one of Bach's most cherished hymns. And we will sing the first 4 verses of this. And the best posture for singing is on your feet. Thank you. Thank you, and you sang so well. My choir practices here on Thursdays at 7, and we sing at the 10 a.m. service on Sundays. You are all welcome, all welcome. We do a lot of Bach here. So the last piece is another toccata. Bach wrote a number of toccatas, at least 7 for the harpsichord and at least 4 for the organ. So we've enjoyed the F major at the start of the program and now the C major at the end. Now if you want to hear the famous toccata and fugue in D minor, which I first played on the accordion when I was about 7 or 8 or 9, I will be playing that at St. Matthew's on Wednesday at noon. So y'all can come over there if you want to hear that. So this piece is in 3 big sections: the toccata, the adagio, another beautiful slow movement, and then a really fun fugue at the end. And then let's go downstairs and have cake. I was so amazed when I picked up this cake this afternoon. You know, sometimes they put music notes on a cake and like the notes are backwards or they just aren't right. This is actually a Bach melody around the border of the cake. I looked at it and thought, holy cow, how did they do that? Well, they did. So please enjoy some cake with me afterwards. Thank you.